Intuitive Painting Teacher, we are in lesson 5. Lesson 5 is the beginning of part 2. Each part contains 4 chapters about a certain topic. This part's topic is intuition. Intuition, of course, is highly connected to creativity, much more than usually it is realized. In our work, we combine intuition and creativity together, make them work as a team, and even in a way that we cannot differentiate between them. I mean, creativity and intuition will be blended. We'll work together, and we're going to feel and create at the same time. The knowledge from intuition will immediately be translated into intuitive painting instruction or intuitive painting action, etc. But here now in part 2, we do want to make some focus on 4 aspects of intuition, so we can start making intuition a tool. Now, when I'm saying that intuition is a kind of a tool, I'm saying that there are rules about how to operate it. The more you become skillful here, the more you realize that intuition is not that slippery or vague or ambiguous. Intuition is part of our tools, is part of our knowledge, is a part of our intelligence, yet very, very neglected, poorly understood, not practiced during childhood, adolescence, etc. We barely understand that we have such a tremendous, valuable treasure, a tool that can guide us to a better life. Now, because we rely so much on left brain, we refuse to address intuitive knowledge as formal knowledge. But if you are here, if you decided to become intuitive painting teacher, it means that in your heart you know that there is a high value for intuition, that intuition is not less important than the information comes from learning from left brain. So, in order for us to turn intuition into our official and stable tool, we need some guidelines, we need some knowledge, we need some practice, we need some experience. So in these 4 chapters, we're going to start this process of getting to know intuition better, and in time, making friends with intuition so we can work with it. So we can use intuition the way we want, at the time we want, at the time we choose. And this is exactly what takes me into the first chapter in this part, chapter 5, speed. Intuition is related to speed. You know, when we try to define intuition, we say that intuition is knowing without understanding how we know it. Or intuition is knowing before understanding how we know it, or before understanding it. I mean, it's kind of, I know, but I don't have enough tools, enough data to fully explain what I know, but I know. This is how intuition works. And look, I know before I know. I know, yet I don't have enough information, enough left brain information to explain what I know. But for you, as an intuitive painting teacher, you're not going to need to explain how you know what you know. You're going to use your knowledge without explaining it. It is forbidden for you to try to explain, because once you try to explain, you lose contact with your intuition. You're going to rely, you're going to trust. We're going to talk about trust later a little more. You're going to work with this information that comes first. Remember, even if you're not aware of this, even if you haven't noticed, start practicing, start looking, start observing from this moment on. Intuition comes first. So intuition checks, observes reality, and give us information about reality before we understand what's going on in reality. Intuition is information that comes before left brain understands what's going on. This is why intuition is not about planning. Intuition is not about calculating. Intuition is not about, I'm going to think about it. No. Intuition is about knowing now. Now, it will take time and practice to grasp this knowing when you are at work, when you come to your student and you want to give him the intuitive instruction. But for now, I want to tell you that if you want to connect your intuition, you have to work fast. And yes, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, you're going to make some foolish instructions or bizarre instructions. Yes, but you're going to practice working fast. The more you do it, the more you connect to your intuition, because intuition comes first. So when you look at your student's painting and you ask yourself, what would be my intuitive instruction? At the same moment, intuition is already speaking to you. You're going to learn how to catch this information. You're going to learn how to listen to it, and of course, to work with it. So, and your first lesson is to realize that intuition comes first. And many times we are not aware of this because we are used to rely on left brain information, and left brain information comes later. So, we tend to lose the precious information that comes with intuition, and the timing is critical, because once left brain came into action, it blocks our accessibility to intuition. So we need to catch the information that comes first. We're going to feel it in our body. We're going to feel it in our heart. We're going to feel it in our passion. And we're going to learn to trust this information that comes immediately. Just like this. You know, many students say after they finish an exam, why didn't I choose the answer that came to my mind first? I wasn't sure. Then I thought about it. And when I thought about it, I got confused. And then my left brain start to calculate it, try to remember the knowledge, and to compare information from here, information from here. I got confused. I wasn't sure. Then I decided about another answer, and then later regretted, because intuition gave me the answer immediately. We're going to practice it. Of course, it's not easy to listen and rely to the information that comes immediately. But for now, just this piece of knowledge. Intuition comes first, and it is there. Most of the time, you weren't aware of this. But as an intuitive painting teacher, you're going to start to be aware of lots of information that comes to your mind before the left brain information start reaching your consciousness. You're gonna see new knowledge coming to your mind the more you practice.